Namaskaram, friends. I am back with you all to discuss a very important issue on the Karnataka SC/ST subcategorization order, which I am also affected by it because my kids own the Adi Karnataka caste certificate and I also own the Adi Karnataka caste certificate. So we are directly impacted by it. So I'm particularly concerned about this because all my relatives, they keep calling me. I have a lot of relatives in Mysore, Chamarajnagar, all these regions where the AK, the Adi Karnataka population is very huge, and even Adi Dravida, a lot of Tamil people who have settled in Karnataka, they are also concerned about this menace which the present SC/ST subcategorization order has created, because suddenly we are clueless what we have to do. So I'm going to take you through the chaos which has been created, and then what are the issues involved in it and why this cannot be done legally. Like, I'm going to quote a lot of judgments, a lot of factual data in front of you. This is going to be a fairly long video, my friends, but a very important one, because you will get to know how caste certificates are made, what is the law behind it, and how not to do a subcategorization. Please see, subcategorization is meant to benefit a lot of people, but unfortunately what we are seeing is that it can create chaos and uncertainty as what it has created in Karnataka. So now let me now take you through the first the Karnataka subcategorization order, my friends. So this is the first Karnataka subcategorization order. This was released on 28 2025. You can see it is signed on that day. So this basically split the 101 SC/ST category into three groups. So you can see 1, 2, 3 groups. So the first group is actually the Madhika group, that is the 6%. So it has around 16 castes. You can see that Madhika, Mang, Panchama. So there are 16 castes in it. So there are roughly 6% was allotted to it. Then the next group B is 6%, around 19 castes are there. This is the Holaya caste. Then the last group C was the residuary caste. All the rest of the caste, like for example, apart from those which were included in group A and group B, they were included in group C. Now my friends, here there is a catch. So if you see all these things, so let me now show you. See, this is 16 caste, this is 19 caste, this is roughly 63 caste. If you add up all these things, it will not add up to 101 caste. So we were surprised, how can they do this? Because what we noticed was the Karnataka SC/ST constitutional order from Government of India has 101 castes in its list. But here we found that it had 101 castes were there. Here we found that there were only 98 castes. They had missed out 3 castes. That is Adi Andra, Adi Dravida and Adi Karnataka. I belong to the Adi Karnataka clan, so I am directly affected by this order. So now many of my relatives are affected. So we were surprised that our Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra is not at all included in any of the subcategories which are given here. This is roughly like we are talking about 52 lakh people in the Karnataka state, because that is what the estimation says based on the 2011 census. The Nagmohan Das Commission can say something, but unfortunately, my friends, Nagmohan Das Commission survey was based on a declaration. Many people declared themselves as a caste, but 2011 census was based on the caste certificate. So people had the caste certificates of AA, AK, AD. So now, although many people have declared themselves as some other caste, like Madhika or Olaya, the fact remains that 52 lakh people have the caste certificates of AA, AK, AD. That is very, very clear. Now these people are affected. Now what the government says is that, see, the government found out that in the Nagmohan Das Commission survey that this AK, AD, AA, they are not homogeneous groups. This itself is a very surprising thing, because Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra has been notified by the Registrar General of Census after taking approval from the National SC/ST Commission, going to the Parliament, approval and 1931 census. Who tell that they are homogeneous? Who tell that they are homogeneous? So the national order tells that they are homogeneous. Okay, but the Karnataka survey, the Nagmohan Das Commission survey, mentions that they are not homogeneous, and they tell that there are left and right caste integrated in it. So there are a large percentage of left caste in it, and then there are large percentage of right caste in it. It's an amalgamation of various castes. So what they have done is, they tell that the group A belongs to the left caste, group B belongs to the right caste. So what they mention is that, see, we are not going to allow you to use the Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra certificate which has been given to you. Now you come and apply and take a new caste certificate, and after that, based on wherever you fall, you will be given subcategorization. My friend, this is completely shocking, because suddenly we see that we are not entitled for reservations in Karnataka. So this is a big issue. So now many of my relatives, they keep calling me and they keep asking me like, when will I get a caste certificate? When will I get the benefits? So these are all. So this has created a lot of confusion in the minds of the people, and that is the reason why I am doing this video, and then also we are submitting a detailed report. Because see, what the government is doing is, okay, it may benefit certain people, but at the end it will have a lot of issues for a lot of people, because you are fundamentally asking them to change a critical document called caste certificate. Caste certificate is the basis for reservation, my friends, is the basis for reservation, and that is being affected here in a very big way. Now, my friend, before going to all these things, see, you have realized that Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra is not included in the subcategorization order. So we have to take a new caste certificate. So now the government has left one more notification which tells that Adi Karnataka people, by self-declaration, by just filing an affidavit, they can either take Adi Karnataka Group A, Madiga, Adi Karnataka Group B, Valaya. So these are two castes which can be taken just by a self-declaration. My friends, self-declaration in case of caste certificates we have never seen, because see, you must notice that scheduled caste certificate is prone to lot of falsification. Honorable Supreme Court considered this issue in detail in the Madhuri Patil case, where they have laid down a series of guidelines, my friends, that what the state government should not do while issuing a state caste certificate. So a lot of things which the government is doing is contrary to what the Supreme Court is telling, which I am going to come in a short while, because this is going to be a very long video to explain you the legal aspects, the factual aspects in very, very detail. My friends, the first argument which I am going to place before you is that whether other commissions earlier than the Nagmohan Das Commission split this Adi Dravida and Adi Karnataka and Adi Andra group. What did they do? So we have to understand that. So the first thing is that the Sadashiv Commission, see, what did Sadashiv Commission do? Did they split it up? So my friend, so this is a report from Sadashiv Commission. So they considered the 2001 census data, and here you can see that they included in group 1 Adi Dravida, that is group 1 was left category there. They included entirely Adi Dravida in that, and Sadashiv Commission mentions one thing very clearly, that 93% of Adi Dravida, roughly 95% of Adi Dravidas were left population. So only a small percent, 5% of this Adi Dravida were belonging to the right population, So a small population was there. So there was no need of bifurcating Adi Dravida at least, because it is predominantly a left category. So the entire Adi Dravida can be put in the group 1 left. So the Sadashiv Commission put Adi Dravida in group 1, which is the Madiga group. Then they put Adi Karnataka entirely in group 2. What they did was, see, there was some Adi Karnataka population was something in 2001. They did a survey and then they found out that this much percentage of Adi Karnataka are left and this much percentage of Adi Karnataka are right. So what they found out was, they found out that 50-50 ratio, 50% of them were Adi Karnataka and then 50% of them were left and 50% of them were right. So these adjustments were made and the populations were populated there. But what they did was, they kept the entire group in one group. Adi Karnataka was kept in one group. Adi Dravida was kept in another group. Now similarly, Adi Andra was kept in a third group. Okay, that is along with the other small groups they had placed it. And Adi, in the last group, that was the touchable caste group, they did not put anything there. So this is how they placed this thing. So this was the allocation which was done, which is more or less the same allocation which we are coming to, except for minor modifications. We are not getting a big change in the order. Okay, because see, like for example, today, if we see the group A is getting 6%. Group A is getting 6%. Now, if you take that subcategory, if you take that Sadashiv Commission, it's also giving you 6% only for left category. So it's not much difference. So, but a huge human cry is being created about Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra, as if they have to be completely excluded, and then they need to be given a new caste certificate, and unless and until they get a new caste certificate, they will not be able to get reservation. So this is a big issue. It's a big issue because the earlier commission, so first I have shown you Sadashiv Commission, they did not bifurcate. They did not bifurcate Adi Dravida, Adi Karnataka, Adi Andra. So these proposals were not accepted because of the block put by the E.V. Chinnaya case, which has been lifted by the Dravida judgment recently. So now let us come to the next commission, Madhuswamy Commission. Madhuswamy Commission, my friends, again you can see in group A, they included Adi Dravida. You can see that, Adi Dravida. In group 2, they put Adi Karnataka. And in group 4, they put Adi Andhra. They made some modifications in this. They pushed some people there. So, they again did not eliminate these 3 groups entirely from any of these groups. So, one of the groups, they could have put that. So, unfortunately, my friend, in the present order, they deleted it. Now, as you all know, Adi Karnataka is a very unique caste to Karnataka. Adi Dravida is a caste which is predominantly in Tamil Nadu. Adi Andhra is in Andhra Pradesh. Now let us see what they have done in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu also subcategorization has been done. Whether they have bifurcated Adi Andhra, Adi Dravida. Now, my friend, if you see, this is what is the Janardhan Committee report of Tamil Nadu. Here, they considered Adi Dravida, which is one of the largest groups, 35.59% in Group A. So, this is a very and the population is also very huge. Population is around 45.56%. You can see that. 45 points. So, this is surely, I can tell you that it is a mixture of both left and right population who are calling themselves as Adi Dravida. So, they have left calling themselves as Holayas or Madigas or Parayans or Chakaliyan. So this were the words which were used. They have stopped using that and they have been using this Adi Dravida, which came into being in 1931. So now again in Tamil Nadu, the state government did not resort to bifurcate this into left and right. They put the entire group in one group, and they are enjoying reservations even right now today. Now let us go to Andhra. Andhra, my friends, where the entire subcategorization debate started. So let us see the recent order, 2025 order. 2025 order, clearly, if you take group 1, the smaller caste, 12 caste, which have been given 1%, group 2, again Sumo 6.5%, and in the group 3 you can see Adi Dravida is there. You can see Adi Dravida. You can see Adi Dravida is included in group 3. But surprisingly, Adi Andra is not included here. Adi Andra, here the population is very less for Adi Andra, but Adi Andra outside it is quite huge. So, but here you can see Adi Dravida was not split, it was considered in entirety. So, what I am telling you, my friend, so this was not bifurcated in other subcategorization orders, but unfortunately it has got bifurcated in the correct order, in the Karnataka government's order, which is creating a lot of issues. So if you see this, what this order says is that, I'll read out in Kannada, ಆಯೋಗದ ವರದಿಯಲ್ಲಿನ ಪವರ್ಗ ಇ ರಲ್ಲಿನ ಆದಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಆದಿ ದ್ರಾವಿಡ ಮತ್ತು ಆದಿ ಆಂಧ್ರ ಈ ಮೂರು ಸಮುದಾಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲ ಜಾತಿಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸದಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಸಾದರಿ ಮೂರು ಜಾತಿಗಳು ಅನುಬಂಧಗಳಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪವರ್ಗ ಎ ಅಥವಾ ಪವರ್ಗ ಬಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದೇ ಟೆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ not indicated which caste you belong to, you can either take in group A or group B by self-declaration. So there is another order which has come about to explain this in detail, my dear friends. But the problem is, why this bifurcation? Why can't you put this in one group entirely? See, I am not in favor of changing the caste certificate, my friends, because see, at the end, see, I have not used this caste certificate in state government for anything. So I am a central government employee, and there what matters is Adi Karnataka, and there is no subcategorization benefits which are there. So there are many people who don't want to use this for anything at the state government, but at the central government. So but there is a lot of impact at a lot of places. Caste certificate is fundamental for many things. So now, my friends, one more important issue is that artificial shifting of people during the survey. My friends, when a person has declared himself as Adi Karnataka in the caste certificate, when a Tahsildar has given him a caste certificate as Adi Karnataka, can he report himself as Holaya or Madiga in the survey? So this is another primary issue which we are going to see, because see, if you see here, my friends, Adi Karnataka in 2011 census were roughly around 30 lakh. Kantraj Commission it became less, 19 lakh. And today in Nagmohan Das Commission they are telling that 1,47,199. Now this is completely like, what I am telling you is that whenever the state conducted a survey, they allowed people to declare this Madiga and Holaya caste, not the caste certificate caste. The caste certificate caste clearly, which is there in the national census, because there are a lot of checks and balances there. So there, what appears is that whenever the census have happened from the national level, always people have declared themselves as Adi Karnataka or Adi Dravida. But whenever a state census happens, they declare something like Holaya and Madiga, because the local political parties ask these people to declare themselves as Holaya and Madiga, and the state governments in their survey allow these changes. So this is the problem. See, you know that the census is done under the Census Act, but the survey which is conducted in the states are not conducted under the Census Act. They have no authenticity. Actually, they have to be conducted under the Statistical Act. But again, a lot of SOPs and many other things are not followed. And as such, it's very clear that they have allowed the people to declare themselves as some other thing, but while they don't have that caste certificate. Like for example, a Adi Karnataka person is declaring himself as a Holaya in Mysore. But that doesn't mean that he is a Holaya, because he is Adi Karnataka only. He is telling that I belong to the subcaste, but I declared myself as Adi Karnataka, but I don't have caste certificate of Holaya. He has caste certificate of Adi Karnataka. So this difference, my friend, this 29 lakh in 2011, now if you project it to 2025, it is roughly around 52 lakh people. This is where we get this total of all this thing, Adi Andra, Adi Dravida, Adi Karnataka, which is 36 lakhs, when projected to 2025, we'll get 52 lakhs. So this 52 lakh people, they started declaring themselves as some other thing. Okay, they declared as Olaya, Madhika, even other caste. So Chalavadi. So it depends on the local leaderships how they handle this and then how they have reported. So it has become a big political campaign to convert these names. But unfortunately, my friend, the caste certificates tells that they are Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra. So that has not changed. So now you can see that in the Nagmohan Das survey, which is there 2025, it has come down to 1,47,199. One more thing is that we are really not aware whether the enumerators entered this as Olaya Madhika or people told. Right now, what we are seeing is that at many places, what I have heard from my many relatives is that even if they tell the Adi Karnataka, they don't enter Adi Karnataka, they enter them as Madhikas. So this is a problem, my friend, because the enumerators are trained like that, they will enter it. So if there is a prescribed agenda to be fulfilled, that you have to eliminate Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra, so that will be done very systematically in the state surveys, which are clearly coming up now. But in the national survey, it is completely opposite. Next year, when the census happens, my friend, you will start noticing that you will get exactly the similar figures like 2011. It will not change. This Nagmohan Das Commission survey will be totally taken out. So now, one more important thing, my friend, why I doubt the Nagmohan Das Commission survey, because this is one thing which a serious issue was reported on that Nagmohan Das Commission survey report. Now, you know the total population of ACs. Now, various censuses have reported the total population of scheduled caste in Karnataka. So, 2001, it was 85 lakh 63, 2010, 96, 2011, 1.04 crores. Kantaraj Commission also showed an increase. Okay, 1.09 crores. But 2025, my friends, Nagmohan Das Commission is showing a dip. So it is showing a dip to the extent that it is telling that there is only a small rise. So when we forecast this 2025 to the actual growth rate, okay, we get something like 1.27 crores, while the reported number is only 1.07. So roughly around 20 lakh people have been undercounted. So and this 20 lakh people, where they are undercounted? They are undercounted mostly in urban areas of Bangalore, Tumkur, Mysore, where predominantly people use AKAD AA certificate. This is predominantly people who have settled coming from outside, who are in Karnataka, who are in Bangalore city. So these people are not very rich, my friends. They all, when they migrated, the government allotted them across the railway tracks. All the Harijan colonies, all of them are there, including I am one from such colonies. So, but many of them got education and they became successful, and today they are leading a good life. But that doesn't mean that they are not oppressed. So they were oppressed classes, and a lot of their relatives still live back in the villages, and then they still need a lot of handholding, my friends. So this is not that good situation. So now you can see the Sadashiv Commission actually showed that the scheduled caste population has dipped, while if you take the Pew Research in US, it clearly tells that there is no dip in the population, and there is no dip at all. How can it happen? Because these are not such developed caste that they that their population starts dipping. So this is completely not acceptable. So now, my friends, I am now going to certain legality of this 1931 census, because you have to understand that it was in the 1931 census that Adi Karnataka and Adi Dravida were included in this. So now, before that, my friends, they were shown as Olaya and Madhika. In Mysore, only this 5-6 castes were shown as depressed classes. That is Olaya, Madhika, Banjara, Koracha, Korama, Odda. these are considered as. So there is a lot of misconception that Banjara, Korcha, Korma, Vadda, they were not classified earlier on, but it's not like that. They were classified, but what happened was they were classified only in the region of Mysore. In the outside region, they were not classified like that. But what happened when the Karnataka reorganization happened, lot of people came in from other places and all of them became scheduled caste. So this is a problem in that. But if you take only the Mysore region, they are categorized as scheduled caste, rightly. Now my friend, one of the important documents which I am going to show you is the census document. So today I want to show you something. This is the estimated population by caste, which was published by Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, 1954. So this gives you the various list of castes. So first is the scheduled caste. So they tell the figures have been prescribed in 4 tables. Scheduled caste, Hindus only, scheduled tribes, backward classes, other castes, Hindus and Muslims separately. Okay, so there are 4 tables: scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, backward classes, other castes. Now my friends, let us see what it says. 1951 scheduled caste table. Scheduled caste table of Mysore has only 5 castes: Adi Dravida, Adi Karnataka, Banjara, Lambani, Bovi, Koracha, Korama. Okay, these are the 6 castes. So they are the original depressed classes of Mysore district. So all the Mysore princely state. So there are no other depressed classes. There is no Madhika, there is no Holaya. So this is what is coming out from here. Now let us take the scheduled caste in. Now these are the scheduled tribes. Okay, let us not bother about that. Backward classes. So you can see this. There are Urubas, Upar, Jogi, Idiga. So these are all backward classes. But the other caste, the very few castes were categorized as backward classes. That now the entire lot are in the backward classes with a very small percentage, like 4 or 3% in the general caste left now, because almost everyone has become backward class. But that time it was not like that. In 1951 only few were classified as backward class. Kuruba was a backward class, but now they are trying for a scheduled tribe status. I don't know how they are going to get it. Now other caste, if you see in other caste, so these are predominantly the Hindu caste in the Mysore. So if you see here, my friend, you will find Holaya. You can see this. This is Holaya. So this is treated as a forward caste in the Mysore district. So you can see this is Holaya. It is not. Next is Madhiga. You can see this. Madhiga. So clearly, my friend, so there are certain census reports and anthropological reports which clearly tells that Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida are not the same as those who have Madhiga and then Holaya. So these are distinct class of people. And then now I am going to show you certain things which also place some things clear that these services are this caste completely different. One of the major reasons why the Britishers did not consider the Madhigas and Holayas in the Mysore district, Mysore princely state, as not untouchable is that this caste, Madhiga and Holayas, had a predominant high conversion to other religion. They were not Hindus. And then the Britishers mentioned that once you convert to Christianity, you are not going to be a scheduled caste. So one of the primary reasons. But Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra, they were predominantly Hindu scheduled caste. Today also they were Hindu scheduled caste. And if you see the kind of rituals or anything, they are like completely Hinduized, Sanskritized. Their marriages are based on Hindu rituals. So there is very, very few conversions. Even today in Adi Karnataka, hardly there is any conversion to the Christianity or Muslim or Buddhism. Even Buddhism is picking up, but the percentage is very, very, very less in the Mysore district. So the numbers are dismally very, very low compared to other places like Maharashtra and even Uttar Pradesh. So it is very, very low. So now, my friends, this is something which I have told you. Now let us come to what is that the 1931 census talks about Adi Karnataka. So the following extract from 1931 census on Adi Karnataka clarifies that they face a very large amount of discrimination. See, 1931 census, my friends, what happened is that they identified 10 tests. The tests were like whether the scheduled castes were allowed inside the temple, whether they were allowed on the road, they were allowed inside the schools, then unapproachability, unseeability, all these criteria were there. So based on that, they identified Adi Karnataka. So this were one of the most oppressed castes. And clearly, if you read this, what this tells, 2 castes in the states have previously been treated as depressed class. In the reports of previous census, they are named as Holaya and Madiga. According to the orders of the government, these 2 communities are, as already stated, now called Adi Karnataka in all government records. This is the name used in the tables and report at this census. It may be stated that these are the 2 castes which are treated by the other castes as untouchables. For grant of special facilities for education, government have directed that beside these 2 communities, the Wadda and the Banjaras, Koracha, Korama, should be treated as depressed classes. It does not appear these communities are treated as untouchable anywhere in the state. So clearly the Wadda and Banjara are not treated as untouchable in any other state. Only here. The 2 communities previously called Holaya and Madiga are really quite distinct. So you can see that. The only common thing between them is that they generally have their dwellings at one end of the village and not scattered among the houses of the other caste within the village. The objection of the caste Hindu to move freely with these people has in recent years been often explained as due to the fact that these people drink openly and have no objection to eat the carcass of the cattle of the village. Such a menial thing, my friend. It has been sometimes surmised that the depressed class were kept outside the village limits as they worshipped gods hostile to those worshipped by the village communities. It is difficult to say that the Adi Karnataka caste in this of the Adi Karnataka caste in Mysore. So this is a major difference because Valayas and Madigas have something. Now you see what Adi Karnatakas. So Valaya and Madigas did not have the temples. Adi Karnatakas have little temples of their own inside their quarter of the village. Sometimes the temple is in the groove of the trees outside the village. Whether within the Adi Karnataka quarter or outside in the groove of the trees, the temple is very modest affair, being generally just a heap of earth with a simple niche scooped out somewhere about the middle. The image which is within is often a shapeless piece of stone. Ordinarily, this is what the Adi Karnataka worships. He, however, worships also the god and gods of the village worshipped by the caste people. If it is a village goddess to whom animals are sacrificed, it is often the Adi Karnataka that kills the sacrificial animal. When the temple is of the orthodox type in which Rama or Hanuman is worshipped, the Adi Karnataka is not allowed to go into the temple but can worship from outside standing beyond the outer pillar. My friends, you can see that there are some cultural differences between the Holaya Madiga and then the Adi Karnataka. They are not exactly the same. That is the reason why they were considered differently even in the census report by the Registrar General of Census. After there is a detailed study done on all these things. Anthropological studies are done, and then they have to find out whether they are a distinct ethnic group. All this thing. Otherwise, the Director General of Census will clearly tell that these are synonymous castes. So there are various castes which are synonymous mentioned in the scheduled caste order, but this is something different. Adi Karnatakas cannot be treated as exactly very similar in cultural aspect to Holayas and Madigas. They are quite different. Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, they are different, my friends. They may belong to left and right wings. See, what I am telling you is that this left and right divisions in South India is very unique. It was not just a scheduled caste which is there on left and right. There were 18 castes which were there on left and right. There were certain backward castes also which were considered to be left. Some castes were considered, in some places some general castes are also considered as left and right. So this was a split in the way of occupation. Because of occupation, certain castes were allowed to do lower work, they were left, and some castes were allowed to do higher work. So this division, my friend, is artificial, and then we have to see the detailed ethnological anthropological studies and the ethnic group cultural triads to understand this in detail. Without getting into this, The argument that the Nagmohan Das Commission is placing that these groups are completely heterogeneous and then they form two distinct groups. We have to split it up. We have to give new caste certificate. That is completely all without any basis, because it is not done in any other place, my friend. It's not done in any other place. Now, I'll put this argument now. Why this splitting up of the Adi Andra, Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida into new caste without including them in the subcategorization order violates the Supreme Court order. Now, you already know that there is Supreme Court order decision of Dravida Singh, which is given by Honorable CJI Chandrachud sir. See, Chandrachud sir is a master in affirmative action, my friends. He is one of the best brains on affirmative action. So now he knew that if you give this power to the states are going to make a mess out of it. So he has created some restrictions in the order itself. So I am going to quote this order, and then he tells that if there are certain conditions and if these conditions are violated, then it will be unconstitutional. So what is that condition? The first condition which states, this is directly taken from the order, my friend, so I am not quoting anything different. So what it says is, the sole test is whether the operation of the policy has the effect of eliminating the possibility of caste or group competing for the seats reserved for the scheduled caste. So the sole test. So for example, if during the subcategorization, if it is found that certain castes are eliminated artificially from, if originally they were getting reservation, but now suddenly you find that the subcategorization order creates a event or a scenario where you are not allowed to take the reservation benefit, you are not allowed to compete, all these things, then that will be unconstitutional. My friend, here directly you know that Adi Dravida, Adi Karnataka, Adi Andra are eliminated. Now, until and unless you get a caste certificate, now government says that you will surely get a caste certificate, but who knows, the Sahildar is supreme, he may deny a caste certificate. So earlier a person was getting a caste reservation, but now suddenly because of the subcategorization order he is denied the subcategorization benefits. So now I'm going to continue reading this because you need to read this in detail. Article 341(2), as we have noted above, unambiguously prevents inclusion in and exclusion from the scheduled caste list by anyone except Parliament. Only Parliament can include or exclude scheduled caste list. So if somebody, a scheduled caste Adi Karnataka person will not get a reservation, that authority is there only with the Parliament, not with the state government. They only can exclude. The inclusion could be by way of extending the benefit meant for scheduled caste in the state to a community that is not specifically mentioned in the state scheduled caste list, by reading as part of an enumerated entry or by reading it as synonym of an enumerated entry. Such an exchange is not open to the states or for the matters to the court. Only the Parliament is entrusted with the power to make inclusions or exclusions from the list. So you can see that, my friend, even synonymous treatment, the states don't have any power. It is completely with the Parliament. The thrust of the prohibition, as Dr. Ambedkar has indicated, is a proscription on the elimination of an entry or addition of an entry in the list. Such elimination or addition, it was apprehended, could arise out of political calculation in the hope of short-term electoral gains. This entire game is being done for showing Madiga as a very big group, Olaya as a very big group, so that there is a competition for who can become the chief minister. So nobody wants Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra chief ministers here in Karnataka. So this was political gain which is happening. Therefore, only Parliament is invested with the exclusive power to make such variations to the list. Such eliminations or addition, any legislative effort by the state that does not either include unspecified communities or exclude specified communities from the scheduled caste list applicable to the state does not fall foul of Article 341(2) of the Constitution. So you can see this, my friend. So it is very important that the exclusion of three castes, Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andra in entirety is a clear violation of the Supreme Court order. Any inclusion or deletion, my friend, it is the sole power of the union government. Now the states cannot delete a caste entirely from the subcategorization list in the disguise of subcategorization. So now what has happened is that the Adi Karnataka, Adi Dravida, Adi Andhra people can get reservation only if they get a caste certificate, and now until they get a caste certificate, they are not going to be entitled for reservation. So there are a lot of medical seats, there are a lot of engineering seats. So a lot of people are facing problems now. So now this is the first major argument, my friend, on the bifurcation. In the next video, I'm going to discuss about how caste certificates cannot be changed by the government ever, because there is a Madhuri Patel judgment of the Supreme Court. So the first argument I have completed. The next argument I will do it in the next video. So I hope that this video was useful, friend. Thank you.